discussing the chapter that is electromagnetic induction. So the electromagnetic induction, the topics that we have discussed till now, we have discussed about the self-induction, we have discussed about the mutual induction, then we have discussed about the different laws associated with it, like we have the Faraday's law we have discussed about the Lenz law also. Now we are coming to the conclusion of the chapter, that is the last topic of the chapter. We have the AC generator or the dynamo. So this AC generator you have already got in lower classes, that is in class 10. What was the AC generator? So the AC, which we call as a alternating current. So the alternating current and the direct current, there's a difference between them is that the alternating current changes the current periodically after a regular interval of time. That means suppose for the first half of revolution, if it considers in a positive, then the next half it will be in a negative. Same way if you consider the DC current, the polarity does not changes at any time. The polarity will always remains at the same. If it starts from positive, it will be always remaining as a positive. May or may not be, the value may not be constant, but it will be always in a positive, or if it starts with a negative, it will always be in a negative part. So there is a difference between an AC and DC. Now this AC generator, which we have already done in lower classes, the parts that is present here, the construction part, we have the two pole pieces of the magnet, there is a north pole and a south pole. We have this ABCD frame, this is a wire frame which we call as the armature of the coil. Then the middle portion, this is called as a soft iron core, and the rectangular coil, that is the armature coil, is connected with the slip rings. This one is slip ring, this is the second slip ring. So this slip ring is connected with the axle. So this is, suppose this is a axle, so the slip rings, it is connected in this way. Okay, it comes in this way. So it when the coil rotates, the slip ring also does not changes its position, it always remains in the same position. So if you have seen in the wedding and all, you'll be seeing the old generator that used to have a handle with it. तो जब भी हम लोग हैंडल को घुमाते हैं, तो हैंडल घुमाने के बाद क्या होता है, ये वाला जो रेक्टेंगुलर कॉइल है, जो आर्मेचर कॉइल है, तो वो भी उसके साथ रोटेट करता है. ठीक है, तो जब भी वो रोटेट होता है, तो रोटेट होने के बाद क्या होता है, उसका वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल देखो. अभी इसका जो प्रिंसिपल है, इसका प्रिंसिपल बेस्ड है ऑन द इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन. ओके, दिस इज बेस्ड ऑन द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन. And electromagnetic, everyone knows. So when there is a change in magnetic field, there will be a production of induced current. The same way, the magnetic field line will start from north pole to the south pole. So the magnetic field will be in this way. Okay, it will be in this way. So the armature coil is placed in the middle. So when the coil rotates, suppose this is a coil. So when the coil rotates, the magnetic field, firstly it is in this way. So when the coil rotates, the magnetic field will be entering into the coil. So more the coil rotates, the more the number of magnetic field lines will be entering into the coil. So this represents that when the coil rotates, the magnetic field lines cuts. Okay, the magnetic field lines cuts, and the number of magnetic field lines goes on changing. It goes on increasing if it comes to the middle, when it comes perpendicular to the magnetic field. So at that point, the magnetic field will be maximum, as if it goes on again rotating, the magnetic field goes on decreasing. That means जब भी हम लोग आर्मेचर कॉइल को जब भी हम लोग रोटेट करेंगे, तब क्या होगा, वहां पे जो आर्मेचर कॉइल होगा, आर्मेचर कॉइल पे वहां पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन चेंज होगा. तो जब भी मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन चेंज होगा, तो वहां पे क्या होगा, वहां पे प्रोड्यूस होगा इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ. ठीक है, along with the production of the induced EMF, there will be a production of induced current. Okay, there will be a production of induced current. But why it is called as the AC? Because the induced current that will be produced, first half will be going through this B1. In the second half of revolution, the current will be flowing through B2, but it will be in a reverse direction. Okay, that means first half it will be showing as a positive value. Next half it will be showing as a negative value. So after every half of rotation, the polarity changes in this AC generator or the dynamo. Therefore, this is called as an alternating current generator. But we can convert this alternating current generator into a DC generator. How? By changing this slip ring into a split ring that we used to use in a motor. So slip ring is in this way, the full ring, and split ring is in a form of half. So this will be placed here. So as soon as the armature coil rotates, the split ring along with the armature coil rotates. So therefore there will be a production of DC current here. So we can convert this AC generator into a DC generator. So you can draw this figure in your notebook. In the next class we'll be writing about the working principle. Okay, we'll be writing about the working principle, and we have to derive what will be the induced EMF produced in this AC generator. So this much for today. We'll be discussing more topic in the next class. Thank you.